The first thing the girl did after being reborn was hide her iPhone. Then she went out carrying a Nokia phone that couldn't handle mobile payments. That was because in her previous life her father had transferred $10 million to her. The next day she discovered that the money was gone. An investigation revealed that the phone had been infected with a virus. She realized the only person who had handled the phone was her classmate Lisa. She immediately confronted Lisa about it, but the other classmates ridiculed her. They said someone as poor as her could not possibly have $10 million. Even her boyfriend did not believe her. She had no choice but to call the police. Afraid the matter would be exposed, Lisa lured the girl to the rooftop. Lisa then admitted she had stolen the girl's money. After that she heartlessly pushed the girl off the high-rise building. After the girl's death, she was reborn back to the moment when her father transferred the money to her. Just like in the previous life, Lisa was inviting classmates on an overseas trip, and Lisa was paying for all the expenses. The girl was sure that in the previous life Lisa had eavesdropped and heard about the $10 million on her phone, so Lisa generously treated the classmates to an overseas shopping trip. Then she planned to find an opportunity to use the balance on the girl's phone to pay the bills. Now that she had a second chance at life, the girl was determined to make Lisa shoulder tens of millions in debt. At that moment the boyfriend came to the dormitory. He bought breakfast for every classmate. The girl thought to herself that the boyfriend's money all came from her. In the previous life the boyfriend had sided with Lisa. He didn't believe her and even broke up with her. In the end the boyfriend and Lisa ended up together. This life she was determined to make the boyfriend pay a price as well. Soon Lisa, just like in the last life, invited the girl's boyfriend to join the overseas trip. She covered everyone's expenses. The boyfriend mistakenly assumed Lisa was a rich girl. He planned to dump his girlfriend and pursue Lisa. Seeing that everything was going according to plan, the girl agreed to meet at the school gate at 10 the next morning. Lisa thought that as long as she could find a chance to install a virus on the girl's phone, all the money in the girl's bank account would be hers. Little did she know the girl had already set a trap and was waiting for Lisa to fall into it. The next day everyone gathered at the school gate to pose as a wealthy girl. Lisa spent $500,000 renting luxury cars to take them abroad. 5 hours later everyone arrived at Los Angeles International Airport. When the driver asked Lisa to pay the fare, Lisa deliberately took out a dead battery phone and looked at the girl. The girl remembered the previous life. Lisa pretended her phone had no battery and asked to borrow the girl's phone. Unaware, the girl lent her the phone. She gave Lisa the opportunity to implant the virus. This time the girl lied that she had left her phone on the plane. Lisa became nervous when she heard that if she couldn't get the girl's phone, she wouldn't be able to cover the $500,000 car expense. At that moment the driver received a phone call. He said they had indeed found a bag on the plane, but it would take an hour to deliver it. Seeing Lisa's expression, the girl smiled triumphantly. At that time the boyfriend, to please Lisa, scolded the girl for stupidly losing her phone. Then he lent his phone to Lisa to use. Lisa wasn't sure whether the phone contained any money. When she walked a short distance away, she implanted the phone virus while no one was paying attention. She prayed to God hoping the payment would go through. Sure enough, the driver received a $500,000 remittance. Seeing this, Lisa relaxed. She then returned the phone to the girl's boyfriend. The boyfriend even said happily that it was his honor for Lisa to use his phone. Unexpectedly, the next second a text message notified that a $500,000 payment was successful. Current balance, $3.72. He was stunned. After all, he had not just purchased anything. He had no idea why 500,000 yen had been deducted. The girl deliberately said it might be a hacker. The boyfriend realized the only person who had handled his phone was Lisa. He asked Lisa whether she had stolen his money. He demanded that Lisa return the $500,000. Seeing her boyfriend's nervous expression, the girl recalled how in the previous life Lisa had stolen her money, and how she had anxiously demanded an explanation. She had also been desperate to make Lisa give an explanation. The boyfriend said someone as poor as her couldn't possibly have $10 million. Now the boyfriend could understand how the girl had felt back then. Just as the girl was secretly pleased, a classmate beside them pulled the boyfriend's hand away. The classmate said that the theft of his money had nothing to do with Lisa. After all, $500,000 was not even enough to pay for one of Lisa's meals. There was no reason for Lisa to have stolen his money. The classmate claimed that the money Lisa would spend on buying him a piece of clothing later would far exceed $1 million. After hearing this, the boyfriend suspected Lisa might really be a rich girl. He thought that if he dumped his girlfriend and ended up with Lisa, he would live a life of wealth in the future. Thinking this, he immediately apologized to Lisa, saying it must have been a hacker who stole his money. At that moment the staff brought over the girl's lost bag. Seeing the bag, Lisa was very happy. She urged the girl to hurry and go shopping. Soon they arrived at a high-end luxury store. Since the girl's phone had been found, Lisa boldly said to pack up everything they had just touched and to pick out more items. Upon hearing this, the classmates began choosing the things they liked. Soon the sales clerks wrapped up a large pile of what they'd bought. Lisa asked the girl to pick out a few pieces of clothing too. The girl said those clothes were too ordinary and she didn't like them. When the boyfriend heard this, he criticized the girl, saying that Lisa, being so rich, could not possibly have worse taste than the girl. Other classmates also began mocking the girl for being fake. The girl did not argue, because she wanted to see whether they could actually take those clothes away. The store manager, seeing a big client had arrived, said their purchase exceeded the store's maximum limit, and they needed to verify funds. Lisa thought that a funds verification would expose her. She deliberately scolded the manager, saying this showed he didn't trust her purchasing power. The manager quickly apologized. He explained that fund verification was the store's policy, and that if they wanted to make purchases they could open an order immediately. He then reminded them that the store's luxury items were one of a kind, and could not be refunded once ordered. Lisa did not hesitate and demanded that all the orders be placed. Only the girl knew the real show was about to begin. Soon the clerk finished opening the orders. The manager, holding a $5 million sales order, prepared to apply a discount for them. Suddenly Lisa slapped the manager, saying no discount was needed. That slap was her way of punishing the manager for looking down on her earlier. The clerks angrily accused Lisa of assaulting someone. The manager, considering the big order, did not pursue the matter. Seeing this, the classmates admired Lisa even more, and said they would be her followers from now on. Using the pretext of her phone having no battery, Lisa again asked to borrow the girl's phone, claiming she needed to call her father to transfer money. Seeing her chance payments had arrived, the girl willingly handed the bag to Lisa. Lisa saw the girl was still smiling so foolishly, and planned to implant virus software on her phone later to drain her $10 million, so she would not be able to laugh then. Lisa did not know the foolish one was herself. As soon as she opened the bag she would be burdened with tens of millions in debt. Realizing she couldn't pay, her wealthy facade would crumble. She demanded the girl lend her the iPhone. The girl replied her iPhone was back at the dorm. Hearing this, Lisa flew into a rage. Other classmates began berating the girl for traveling without spending money, deliberately bringing a Nokia phone. The girl ignored them, instead telling Lisa the Nokia could still make calls, and urging her to call her parents to settle the bill. Lisa demanded, "Are you deliberately pranking me?" Seeing Lisa's furious expression, the girl felt secretly delighted. In her past life, Lisa had fraudulently charged her $10 million and refused to admit it. To cover up the truth, she even pushed her off a building. Fortunately, God gave the girl a second chance at life to seek revenge. When the girl insisted she wasn't pranking Lisa, the other students accused her of embarrassing them by using a Nokia phone. The girl retorted that it would be far more embarrassing if Lisa couldn't pay later. The classmates had always regarded Lisa as a rich girl. All these luxury goods together amounted to only $5 million, not even enough for one of Lisa's meals. At that moment, Lisa began to worry that trouble would ensue if she couldn't pay. She demanded everyone return all the items, claiming the girl had ruined her shopping mood. She promised to send them better gifts after returning to China. A classmate reminded her that this store had a no return, no exchange policy, and the manager had just instructed her. She'd ordered the salesperson to ring up the items without hesitation, even arrogantly slapping the manager across the face. When he tried to negotiate a discount for her, she felt he was looking down on her. Now that she wanted to return the goods, the manager warned her that non-payment could lead to criminal charges. This terrified her. She secretly told her classmates the store sold counterfeit goods, urging them to put the items back, and promising to give them higher-end gifts upon returning home. The girl immediately shouted loudly, claiming Lisa was slandering the store by accusing it of selling counterfeits. The manager instantly grew displeased. He promised a tenfold refund for any counterfeit item. Upon learning the store's goods were genuine, her classmates urged Lisa to pay up quickly. Seeing their trust in Lisa, the girl found it laughable. She told them Lisa had no money to pay for today's purchases. The students refused to believe it, arguing Lisa's daily allowance alone exceeded the girl's lifetime earnings. At this point, the manager stated the items had already been rung up. If they couldn't pay, he would call the police. Fearing jail time, the girl's boyfriend urged Lisa to pay quickly to prove her worth. Unexpectedly, Lisa declared publicly that she truly had no money to pay.